This is TVC News at 7, reaching you live from our headquarters here in Lagos. We begin in the nation's capital, where the National Economic Council has approved the release of more food items to the 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory to reduce the impact of the rising cost of food and other commodities. It was also disclosed at the NEC meeting that the federal government has approved the sum of 5 billion naira for each state for the procurement of food items, but 52% of this money will be disbursed as grants, while 48% is to be paid back to the Central Bank of Nigeria within a period of 20 months. State House correspondent Femi Akonde joins me live for more on this development. Femi, what more do we know about this particular disbursement and also what is expected in the coming days? Let's bring you Femi's story, and then we'll talk to him for more.
The National Economic Council has continued to roll out more interventions that will cushion the impact of the withdrawal of subsidy payments. Already there is a disruption to the national life with the rising inflation that has caused a spike in prices of food items, transport and other commodities. The federal government has approved 5 billion naira for each state and trucks of food items and other commodities as a stopgap to push back the current economic hardship.
This funding has to be shared with a formula as follows. 52% of this money is given to states as grants, while 48% of the 5 billion naira is to be paid back on an installment basis within a period of 2 years, 20 months to the CBN by the states and the local government areas in Nigeria.
The MSME credit, billions and tens of billions that are being pumped into the market, even under this palliative, as it were. MSME receiving about 75 billion. You have the 100 billion agri credit, you have 125 billion gas conversion program, and so on and so forth.
The National Economic Council disclosed that the federal government is yet to provide succor to households and communities impacted by the devastating floods of 2022 that washed away lives and livelihood. This is because some governors of the affected states are yet to submit a comprehensive report on the loss incurred.
The then chairman of Nigeria Governors Forum and the former governor of Sokoto State, Right Honorable Aminu Waziri Tambuwal, drew the attention of the council to the devastating effect.
As the implementation of resolutions reached by the country's highest economic body continues across the country, NEC is also getting presentations and inputs from various stakeholders on how to grow the economy and improve the quality of living.
State House correspondent Femi Akonde has more on this story. What more do we know about this disbursement and how it will reach those who need them?
Well, if this disbursement will take immediate effect, we expect that from tomorrow, after today's pronouncement, from tomorrow the grain reserves will be opened. We expect procurements to be made. We expect to begin to see these trucks that will carry food items like rice, beans, and other basic food items to different states across the country from the strategic grain reserve, National Strategic Grain Reserve. We expect these to begin to cascade down to the poorest of the poor, those in dire need of it. And the governors have also committed to ensuring that, well, the poorest and the vulnerable in their states get these materials, relief materials, palliatives, or interventions, as you may want to call them. And they are also particularly closely monitoring the $800 million loan that was approved by the Senate for the Tinubu administration. They said that they would have to ensure that this loan is disbursed across the country according to the social registers provided by states, which would have been confirmed and validated to be accurate and to have integrity, and to ensure that the purpose of all of these palliatives, the purpose for which is intended, is not defeated. Nifemi.
So we understand that relief hasn't gotten to affected communities by the 2022 flood because some state governors have not given a comprehensive report. How are they reacting to this huge indictment?
Well, they did not mention those states that are yet to submit their reports, but what they told us is about 90% of the states, of the affected states, have submitted their reports. You recall that 31 states were affected or impacted by this devastation last year. And you know, the National Economic Council is waiting for all of these reports. That is where they can sum up the losses incurred across the state and then reach out to the affected persons, provide relief for them, provide compensation for them. They have also set up a committee, that is the National Economic Council, have set up a committee that would visit the affected states for an on-the-spot assessment of the situation and report back to Council. But you know, these states yet to submit their report have been told to expedite action because that is what is delaying relief and compensation for those whose livelihoods were cut off, a lot of farmlands washed away, and even lives lost. Until this report comes in, we believe very soon, but we do not know when, very soon, like the way they told us today, before these affected persons can get compensation. Nifemi.
State House correspondent Femi Akonde live for us at the Presidential Villa.